something completely different.
Here is Russell Brand defending himself on his podcast with all his sexual assault allegations.
Hello there, you awakening wonders. Thanks for joining me today for Stay Free with Russell Brand. And
God.
how long will
He was so funny in 08.
I be free for? And I'm going to address as best I can the charges of sexual assault and rape in the UK that have been made against me.
All right, Mike against Mike.
What I feel when looking at it with my heart as open as I can manage is that knowing that there are people that to whatever degree and for whatever reason willing to participate in a venture of this nature.
Can you imagine being one of his potential victims and you're seeing him pretend to be the victim?
Means that I recognize that I must have in some ways caused harm. In those Gideon hedonistic days, those ludicrous dark days,
now I'm religious.
those days where I was part of a culture that then seemed to warmly applaud and celebrate Epicureanism, the relentless pursuit of pleasure.
I love it. It's the best.
A kind of
When it's consensual.
casual godlessness, the kind
Oh, God. Shut up.
of godlessness that leads to the erection, forgive the word, of false gods everywhere.
God's not real, bro. If he is, and these women were actually raped, where was God when you were taking advantage of them?
1 minute, this is your idol. The next minute, this is your idol.
If someone is looking up or views Russell Brand as an idol, they need help.
Fall down, bow down, and worship at their corporate and consumer altars.
Do you see why I have a problem with religion? I worked at a religious company last year and it paid well, but it was like, they don't know what they're saying. 1 minute, they're talking out of their ass. They're like, oh yeah, God's great. Let's pray over our food. And then the next minute, they're like, trans people are going to burn in hell. And then they'll say the F word for gay people. And I'm like, you're all a bunch of hateful pricks. Not all of you, but the ones that are hateful.
When I was in that world, I must have been captured by a kind of darkness. But remember, for 22 and a half years, I've been drug and alcohol free, and I have a pretty good memory of accounts. And I also
Pretty good, not amazing.
know that I'm a person that very much respects the idea of consent.
Do you? Because you kind of seem like a douche.
And I pray that over the coming months, when I participate with full volition and total cooperation.
It's got to be weird when you have this coked out moron forcing sex on you 12, 15 years ago. And now he's like, oh, praise be Jesus. What the hell's wrong with him?
In any legal inquiry, we'll get to see how the justice system operates in the United Kingdom. The allegations, just so you know, the charges, in fact, relate to events between 1999 and 2004. You probably won't even have heard of me until, I don't know, 2005.
Yes, you thought you could get away with that. You're just incriminating yourself by this, bud. We know you didn't.
2006. You know, so it means that when you heard of me, these things are already alleged to have taken place. So all the time that
he's a con artist. He does this thing where you forget. Narcissists do this all the time. I've worked with them in morning radio. They just talk so much that you forget what you were originally mad at. We're 2 minutes into this clip, and there are some really bad things that Russell Brand's being accused of. But now that he's hypnotizing us to be this religious guy, shut up.
was married to Katy Perry.
Cool. That was when he peaked.
All the time that the Me Too movement was happening. All the time. Well, remember when I was talking openly about the coronavirus and the corruption?
Oh, wow. You're so noble. You won against COVID. That's the other thing conservatives do, too, is because they were half right about COVID being a waste of time. Like, yeah, millions of people died, but shutting everything down just screwed up a whole generation of brats, being the people that were in high school. If you graduated high school before 2019, you're fine. If you graduated high school in 2020 and beyond, you're entitled Gen Z pricks. Just be honest. Now in the workforce. You work with a 2003, baby. But I'm telling you guys, that doesn't mean that you need to keep living in the past. Adam Carolla does it too. Oh my God, I was right about COVID. That was 5 years ago.
During the coronavirus era, it's interesting to me that once I was on the radar of the deep state.
Oh, stop it with the deep state, dude. You were funny 18 years ago when you did Get 'Em to the Greek and you did all the movies and you did the MTV Music Awards in 2012. You did all this cool stuff. And now you're religious? And now you're doing the deep state stuff? God, that is the ultimate grift.
And many of
Rob Schneider did the same thing. His career died. So he's like, I'm going to be religious, even though I'm a deadbeat to my bisexual daughter.
their affiliates within media, because the media and the government are not separate entities. The media and the institutions of power are not separate entities.
What about the power of God when you were allegedly raping women?
We know that now. We'll start off by
You rapist!
looking at the United Kingdom. There is time and evidently resources to look at alleged incidents, in my case,
I can't listen to this.
20 years ago, 25 years ago. And by the way, I don't believe in that statute of limitations stuff. I think if someone committed a crime 20 years ago, 30
Man, he is a gaslighter, isn't he?
years ago, if a crime was committed, the person should be held accountable. Justice. I believe in justice.
Well, hopefully it comes to you, bun.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppyRadio.com.
Happy hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.